Mr. Timothy Perry, I didn't really answer your question. I kind of seen the time and I was kind of speeding through. So it said, who do you look up to take inspiration from? Now, I did used to look up to those three people, and I would still love to meet Lance Armstrong one day. I mean, that guy pushed me through the beginning of my cycling days, and I totally bought into the story about Lance. You know, I mean, it's a great story. It's a great story. I mean, everyone's doping, but like the fact that he had cancer and almost died, like, and then he came back and won, like, that's great. I think it's great. But before I get too far off topic, I find it really hard to get inspired by other people. I totally love people, like, doing, like, what they love to do and them pushing themselves. That's great. That is inspiration. But I think the person that I get inspiration from most, and has always been, is me. I've had a really rough childhood. I'll talk about it someday. I've talked about it a little bit. But being on my bike those first years, anything that's going on in my life, you know, I have 2 kids, I pay child support. I've been broke because of it for a decade. Just anything that's happening in life, or what happened to me as a child, it pushes me. When I'm out on the bike and I'm going hard, that's the fuel. That's like the fuel that fires my furnace, and it really inspires me to be better. A lot of people always ask me, friends from when I was a child, like, you're so full of energy, like, what makes you tick every day? And the answer is life. Life has always made me tick and has always inspired me every day. Yes, there's been times when I kind of stepped back and like kind of lost my motivation for a while, but that's just because I clouded my judgment, you know, whether it be drinking or, you know, like in 2004, I smoked marijuana for 6 months. I was the fucking laziest motherfucker in the world. I went out and skateboarded and pushed myself. I still had that like drive when I get on my board. But it's like anything that I do, I take it to the extreme. So if I'm smoking weed, it's like, all right, let's smoke a fucking like a quarter tonight, you know? Like let's make the biggest blunt we can make, or you know, whether it's drinking, it's like I can't stop. It's like let's keep drinking, and then I get like Remy Monster. Ah! So whatever I do with inspiration, and I really feel like that's something that a lot of people don't have. They don't believe in themselves. So I feel like every day when I'm working 15 hours a day back to back, like, you know, 30 hours in 2 days, like, I'm inspiring myself to keep going because of how far I have came from where I was and where I want to go. So I would really encourage you, or like everybody else, like, to get inspired by your wants, your needs, where you came from, whatever it is. Like, it's great to be inspired by somebody else, but it really takes your inner self to be inspired and keep going. And that's how you keep going, always. And you never give up, because if you're inspired and you get somewhere and you're like, okay, cool, I made it, I'm done, it's like, you're never done. Just keep going until it's over. And that's how you're going to thrive.